Brian of By George. I'm here in another post-game recap video. Hope you guys are liking this. This is a new part of our show. Today, couldn't say enough positive things. Otis with 29 points, 6 assists. We smash on Dayton, 85-67 to win 2 games in a row. Even scoring throughout. But really, let's focus on Otis for a second, because no matter what Dayton did, they went zone, they went under screens, over screens. He pretty much got whatever shot he wanted, whether he was getting to the bucket, whether he was shooting threes. He was 7 and 9 from 3. I caught up with him after the game a little bit. This is what he had to say. Here with Otis Livingston. Man just dropped 29 points, 6 assists. But what I want to hear from you about is how can we take these last 2 games, build momentum, and go on a little run here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps when you have success, and you want to keep doing those things that you did to get, those 2 wins. So I think it's the small things, it's a defensive mindset, defense first mindset. I think that's really helping us, just watching film, learning, and just staying humble, really,
And what have you done defensively these last couple games to really assert your, the team effort here?
Yeah, boxing out, trying to get on the boards, playing pressure defense, really pressing the ball and making it hard, for the ball handler to make passes and try and pick us apart. Really being in the help defense, but not over helping and giving up easy threes. So just those type of things. Active hand, trying to get steals, things like that.
And last but not least, 6 assists. It seems like you're seeing the floor pretty well this year.
Yeah.
Has it kind of opened up within the playbook in your 3rd year, or is it something you've always been able to do?
Yeah, this is something that I've always been able to do. Passing is something that I really enjoy. And it's just, with Marquise not here, Jalen not here, me and Jair have to step up. So the ball is in my hands a lot more. So plays are really tailored, for either me to score or for me to get a teammate involved. So I'm just trying to make the right play, whether it's me to shoot or for me to pass, and that's just what's going on.
And I do have one more question. I know that you, and I'll delete this if I need to, but you have a girlfriend. Do you have anything you'd like to say to her on Valentine's Day?
I love you. Just thank you for always being there for me, supporting me, helping me grow, challenging me in ways that I've never been challenged before. Oh, and also I said that me and Jair had to step up when Marquise and Jen left, but everyone had to step up that was here, Ian, Justin,
right.
All those guys, so I didn't want to leave them out, but yeah.
All right. But just as Otis said in that interview, it's not all about him. We had 4 guys in double digits. We had Gunnar Marr scoring 12, Kyra with 14, Boyd off the bench with 10. I mean, the team is really starting to come together, and if we can have balanced scoring like this, who knows? But I asked Paulson because I kind of noticed during the game that we ran a lot of high ball screens. So I wanted to find out from Paulson, what did he see in film that allowed us to be so successful with the high ball screen? This is what he had to say.
We've been playing. We've been doing that a lot, and I think we're executing a little bit better. But they, everyone guards things a little differently, And one thing that they do a great job of, if we get it to a side, they kind of trap it. They keep it on the side, and it makes it somewhat difficult. So our guys did a good job saying, hey, we want to get ball screens in the middle third of the floor. And then Otis, had some space and attacked and got some shots and got things for others. But so did Justin. I thought the ball moved, pretty well. It's in stretches that was as good a ball movement as we've had.
Hey, can you talk a little bit about Ian Boyd's performance today?
Ian's been really, really good. What Ian's been since the Davidson game, he's been really, really good, or he's been good. He hasn't, maybe not always great, but his energy has been a constant. I was in here on a Saturday, he didn't make a basket, but his energy plays and his offensive tipping the ball out. Tonight he had, we thought we could drive and they would really help. We needed guys cutting to the basket. He had 2 consecutive backdoor cuts in the beginning of the second half that really kind of loosened stuff up. He's rebounding, he's defending, and he's just a sophomore, so he's, with our group, with the exception of Otis and Jair, like this is when these guys are supposed to start kind of trying to figure it out. So, I think we're getting really good contributions off the bench from him, Javon. AJ, maybe statistically not like an unbelievable performance, but he's given us great energy and a presence around the rim, and so that's another part of our growth as a team is that we're getting more consistency from our great guys.
And now I'm here with our guy Tyler, very own writer on GiantKiller.co. Tyler, talk to us a little bit about what you saw and maybe what this game is going to do for our standings in the A10.
Yeah, it was really interesting because everyone knew that Josh Cunningham was going to be a problem tonight, and he really wasn't. And he kind of padded his stats late in the second half when Mason was up by like 20 points. So I think that was really surprising coming to this. The only game I had seen from the Flyers was the VCU game in which they scored like 90 points. So I came into this game not expecting this performance from George Mason and from Dayton. And you just have to give credit to George Mason. You have to give credit to the coaches for scouting this game out and just being able to play really well. Took advantage of some missed opportunities for the Flyers, and I thought they played to the refs really well. They played exactly to what the refs were calling. And Otis, from him, I think we've past couple weeks seen a little bit more develop in his game, believe it or not, taking those shots that he can make, and he's just taking them. He's asking for the ball all the time, not in a way to kind of facilitate it, but be like, hey, I'm feeling it right now. Give me the ball. You guys run the offense sort of deal. So good overall movement from the Patriots and a next level step for Otis.
Real quick, Ron, can you pan over? They're finally done. It's been so loud. Hopefully it didn't destroy this video, but they're finally done putting the chairs away. But we're back. Bye, George. Tyler, I watched that same VCU Dayton game. Because you saw Dayton come back, did you ever feel completely comfortable in this game?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I tweeted out like at the 8-minute mark left in the second half. I was just like, Dayton averages 76 points a game. We're held them to 43 right now. And that was kind of a like, look at what Mason's doing defensively, but also don't count the Flyers out because Cunningham's a beast down low. And if he can get a couple things going, everyone kind of creeps towards the middle a little bit. And then their shooters are wide open from deep. So.
And last but not least, what could this do for our standings? 1-2 in a row now. I believe we're 6 and 7 in the A10, right? What can this do? Do you see us finishing in that top half of the A10 this year?
Top half's a little rough, but it's possible. The schedule that's up ahead is very possible for George Mason. We got LaSalle, St. Joseph's, VCU, and Richmond, I believe. 4 of the 5. I can't think of the other one off the top of my head. But those are kind of all the teams that George Mason's competing with, and especially if George Mason get the wins over LaSalle, over St. Joseph, the teams that you're supposed to beat, and then maybe beat Richmond, you're looking at a top half team in the conference, 3-2 over the final stretch. That puts George Mason probably in the top half given what everyone else has to do, because everyone else has to go through the Rhode Islands, the St. Bonaventures, the Davidsons. They have to play them. George Mason, their toughest test going down the road is VCU. So I know everyone's talking about trying to avoid the bottom 4. I think Mason has the opportunity to don't even worry about the bottom 4. Let's get a top half seed, a top 7 seed going into the tournament.
I believe we have UMass coming up at some point, and they're all sorts of in trouble right now. So
against, I didn't watch the game, but I had the stats up. George Washington was up by 43-25 was a halftime score in that game. Colonials on top at UMass. So
it's a must-win.
Yeah. You got to win those games. Got to win those games.
So it's not very often we get our very own Tyler to hop on our post-game recap video. I want to thank you for joining us. Guys, this is Bye George, 2 in a row. We're out.